All right, well, join us to help get our life plan in place is David L. Carrier. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Leanne. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, and it sounds like my voice wants to go, so we'll try to get to hang in there. All right.
Well, you know, here's the thing with a lawyer. You know, whenever somebody else is talking, we're like, somebody else is talking.
Yeah,
so
you
it
can
won't,
take over,
it won't be a problem.
Get my voice a rest here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so we need to, as usual, do our little lightning round with a couple of questions that have been sent your way.
But first of all, I want to say, you know, you just did the Alzheimer's segment, right?
Yes.
And I don't think you guys took nearly enough credit. You know, because the station has been sort of spearheading that. You know, Randy's been real involved. You've been real involved at the kickoff. You know, there's just been a lot of support. I mean, I have to kudos to you guys because to the station because, you know, it's really been really has been kind of neat the way you've been supporting it. And we really appreciate that.
A nice little marriage. And as I mentioned too, that you are the one that has a team of people out there too. But how many people do you have on your team that works?
Well, let me put it this way: last year we got 40 T-shirts and used them all. So this year we ordered 60.
Oh, wow.
So, and it's a different design. I mean, it's the same basic design, but it's a little bit different, different cowboy on the Carrier's Cavalry thing. So, you know, if you're making a collection, you could do it.
It's got to look pretty cool to see all you guys out there walking together.
It is kind of, you know what is really the neatest thing about that are the family groups, you know, where they're doing it in memory of grandma, and they have, you know how they'll do photographs on the back of a T-shirt, so you'll see the people.
Oh yeah,
that's
really puts a face to it, doesn't it?
It really is, and it's all generations. You know what I mean? It's the surviving spouse all the way down to the grandkids and
the baby in the buggy.
Yeah, exactly. It's really. And I don't think you get a sense of just how much fun it is because you've got all these booths. Like we do a photo booth. Okay, so get in with the funny glasses and hats and stuff. But other people are you know, they're passing out ice cream sandwiches at the end. There's cheerleader groups.
Okay.
I mean, if you've never been cheered by a cheerleader group, go to the Alzheimer's Walk and they'll cheer you. You know, it's and it's really fun. It's all family members. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep, and it's a reminder that we need to get our life plan in place.
Yes.
Let's start with this one right here.
Good segue.
Okay, thank you very much.
Someone wrote, a professional or something.
I've been doing this a couple of years. Yeah. Someone wrote and said I was tricked into becoming guarantor, is it?
Guarantor, yeah.
Guarantor for my mom's assisted living costs. So what is this all about?
Well, here's the thing. When someone goes into a long-term care facility, right, they are responsible for their bills. The kids aren't responsible. The spouse is not responsible. The individual is responsible for their bills. Now, back in the day, and I mean 10, 15 years ago, you used to see this a lot. They used to slip in like a personal guarantee. So there you are, you're signing somebody in, you're signing all this paperwork, right? And you got this piece of paper, you don't read it, you didn't read the other 12 things you signed either, right?
Yeah.
And now you're personally guaranteeing that you will pay if they can't afford to. And it's like, what? We actually had a case, this was maybe 5, 6 years ago, if not longer, where they actually lost the house. Because the daughter-in-law, when she was signing her mother-in-law into the facility, unfortunately signed one of these personal guarantees.
Okay.
And you know, we had to settle it. They put a mortgage on their house, basically to pay off the long-term care. So you got to be very, very careful what you sign. They don't do it so much anymore. I haven't seen it in a while. I haven't had a real problem with that in a while. Because I think they've kind of wised up. They're not doing it. But still in all, you got to be very careful when you're signing that stuff. And when you're signing as power of attorney for somebody, you know, as attorney in fact for somebody, make sure you always put comma POA or not personally liable. Not personally liable. And then that way they can't come back at your house and take your bank account. It's one of those things. Like I say, it's not as much of, and I was kind of surprised to get the email because, like I say, it hasn't been so much of a problem recently. But it's still, obviously, people are still trying it.
Okay. And the other one is, can separate burial funds of $2,500 be set up to spend down money to help qualify a Medicaid applicant? Kind of put that in layman's terms.
Yeah, here's the thing. Medicaid allows you to keep $2,500 in the bank to pay for burial, okay, pay for your funeral. But they also allow an unlimited amount of burial space items, which is the plot, the vault, the casket, that kind of thing. $11,000, a little more than that actually, $11,000 in an irrevocable prepaid funeral contract. You can also put this money in the bank. I hate that because it's so easy to get it confused. You don't see it that often. So when we're submitting a Medicaid application, we submit quite a few, The last thing you want to do is throw the caseworker something that they haven't seen before or something that they could confuse with something else. I mean, we throw them a lot of stuff they haven't seen before. That's true.
Sure.
But when you have the cash, what if it's $2,510? Now you're not qualified. Now it's not a qualified burial fund anymore. So it's like there are other options, and I guess the point is, yeah, there are many different techniques that you can use, but you have to be very careful in picking the correct one, because it's not just are you right legally, technically, but on a practical basis, will this thing work? And if you put the money in the burial fund, now it's cash, now it looks like the patient account, which can't be more than $2,000, so that's kind of close. You know, what is it? Who's going to keep track of it? You see?
Yep.
It's one of those things. Can you do it? Yes, you can do it.
Okay.
Is it a good idea? There are alternatives that are a better idea. I guess that's what I would say.
Okay, and just real quickly, you have life planning workshops,
Oh, we
and
do
what's
the-
one this week?
Yeah, the life plan workshops. We just had our very famous Labor Day doubleheader there, and you know, at the Labor Day we passed out leftover beach towels from Memorial Day. But yeah, we do them every single week. We're putting more workshops in Muskegon and in Holland.
Great.
So if you're in Muskegon or Holland, you can just it'll be local for you. And in October we're looking to do an evening workshop. We've never done an evening workshop, but you know,
Sure.
we're getting some demand for it. People are
Okay.
saying, you know, I'd come, but
it's
I
hard.
work all day, so okay. So we're working on it.
All right, and for more information, go ahead and find them online at davidcarrierlaw.com, and you can give them a call at 616-361-8400, toll free 888-463-2843.
And we'll see you at the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Absolutely, this Saturday. Thanks for
Don't
stopping
forget
by.
it.